Hi guys, welcome to freaking Jeep. Pull my chair out a little bit. I guess I'll have to turn some light on a little bit too. Maybe that would help. See my ugly face? Probably not. I don't have this light plugged in right now. Welcome to freaking Jeep. My name's John, and I'm into a little bit of everything. So we'll put that aside. If you saw in some of the shorts, I was doing brass handles, and they're turning out pretty good. I think I'll take and shine the brass up and make people think it's worth a lot more money with polished brass. But I've got a couple more to make. I have 2 more handles, so I'm doing that. Making, oh man, it's been messy and raining out here. Making these things here, which turns out to be this thing here. And I think I might go up to Pennsylvania or Westminster tomorrow and buy some more of this. This is 3/16 by 1.5. This is 3/8 because it's all I had in scrap, but I'm going to go to a 1/4 inch on this. And I want to put this over the frame section of the sawmill because I don't have any wipers on the track, and it's getting sawdust, and I think it's making me move, I don't know, maybe 100,000th of an inch off a perfect straight cut. And you know, we don't want 100,000th of an inch off. Anyhow, so I only need to make 24 of these. 24 of these. So it'll take me a while to do that. So I'm just kind of in the rain. I went out there and found some steel and made it. Took it down, and it seems to fit fine. So that's what that is. That's what that is. Now, if you noticed, if you watched the short the other day, I had an accident. It was a serious accident, but I'm happy that I had the accident. Anyhow, I did a video a long time ago. You know, you need to buy it when. And a lot of people left a lot of real good comments. That was a fun video, so maybe we'll do it again. You know, you got to buy it if, you know, it costs too much or it's too far away to get and all this kind of stuff. Well, that's what I did. Oddball stuff is what I come up with. So this is what I got. I haven't done much on it. I haven't played with it too much other than I cleaned the gutter out. This is what it is. And I don't know who the manufacturer is. I've tried to read the label. But couldn't read the label because I think somebody pressure washed this thing the way. I'm going to take you off the stand for a minute and show you a couple things and show you what I'm going to work on and what I'm going to do. I think they pressure washed it and blew these old hydraulic lines apart. It's real well made. This is that's 12-inch channel there, and they made a box and have it looks like about a 10-inch pipe where all the hydraulic lines go through. Two section hydraulic pump here. This looks to be bent a little bit, but I don't think that's going to affect anything. This is the old Kohler motor, that same one that's on the wood splitter. So that's kind of why I went that way. Look at this old line here is pretty well shot, but that's a steel braided line there on the gas tank. So it was pretty well made. I would say that the battery was supposed to go there, and this was a tie down, that was a tie down, but that would block the airflow or something to me. I cannot find any nomenclature on it. I like to find something on it. I mean, I found a nomenclature. Where was it? Oh, it was up there. See, they got the battery stuff down here, and to be honest with you, that's not a bad spot, but it kind of, well, it doesn't look like it interferes with your clearance too much, and this just doesn't look to be factory to me. I'm not sure. Pretty sure though, but it looks like the battery was there now that I'm looking at it. 2 little things that would fit right there, but that might hurt on the airflow there and might interfere in that line there. It'd be best to replace all the lines, but it cost me more than I paid for the machine to replace the lines. I'll show you the nomenclature. I got this up right now. Ladder INC, something LADDER. I can read it better now, but I can't read this first name. It looks like URA. I might get some of that paint off, but this is paint here. So if I take paint and get this off, then I'll lose my name too. If anybody knows who made this thing, or the manufacturer, or any information on it, drop me a line. Because this is a one of a kind. I think, like I said, somebody painted it up. But I want to change the oil in it because I don't know exactly when the oil change is it. So to get it, this will probably be the last oil change of its life because you know me, I don't do too much changing oil. So I got to do that. I noticed that the oil pressure gauge here is not working. Let me get over the other side. That's why I have that lift up a little bit. Okay, the oil pressure gauge isn't working. So I went back to the engine. If you follow here, you know that I'm all the time. I bought one of these engines at an auction a year ago this spring over at Howard County for 10 bucks. And lo and behold, I took the oil pressure gauge off of it. Now, I just did a short and showed this thing, and this thing was ugly and covered with yellow paint. You can still see a little bit of yellow paint on it, but if I take that off, the brass will rust sooner, right? So I'm gonna put that on there and see if we got oil pressure. This thing's run too long not to have oil pressure, I sure hope. Or maybe it's just slopping it around, I don't know. Then the other thing was, I did not like that being broke. It just, I just don't like it. So that other engine also had one of these on there. I did the video. This thing had at least 3 coats of paint on it, so I wire brushed it off. I'm going to go down Jeffrey's. You can kind of see the paint in there, but that should fit on. So I'm going to take you along for a little bit, see if I can't get that piece off. And then I'm going to take the oil filter out. Napa's got one. I also want to change this filter here. That's just a Wix filter. I'm sure that's probably a Wix filter too. I'm not sure, but we'll see if I can't get that that front cover off. What I used to get that off with was a on the other one was an impact driver. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those. We'll put that in there. We'll get the little thing. We'll see if we can't get that off. Guess I'll sit up this way, so try to stay out of your way. I don't know whether it's going to take this or not. I figure this thing sits out its whole life. So I could have probably just put a screwdriver on there. That wasn't too bad, but the initial little snap might be what broke it loose. Well, I'm going to paint the other one black. I wouldn't mind getting in there and fixing these 2 dents, but take off this front whole cover. I don't feel like doing it. So it ain't going to happen. Now they use this motor in a lot of different things, but this is the one that I got on the wood splitter, and it's been around for 50 years, so I'm guessing this machine's probably 50 years old. What I was looking at, there wasn't no cotter pin in that, but there's detents in it so that pin can't slide that way. That's just a flame cut on that big piece there. That's just before all this new modern stuff to do stuff. One more. Maybe I'll just try turning it without tapping it. Ugh. Kind of funny about that. I couldn't turn it, but once this thing got a hold of it. Now this is actually like the one that's on the wood splitter down there. It's not different holes than that one. Oh, that's got some crud there. I don't see any mouse nests down in there. They like to build. That's the problem that I got in the wood splitter motor. The mice like to get in here, but I think that other one will fit in there a lot nicer. After I take down Jeffrey's, and I will glass beat it and paint it. I think that's going to be a lot nicer thing there. So that's that. Now we're going to work on getting that oil pressure gauge out of there. I don't know what it's going to take for you guys to come along. I had to lower the old tripod down. The other one didn't have this top on it, so it looks a little That's a little bit different gauge. Let me see what I got in the tool department. I would sure like to have it come on and have oil pressure. That would be a plus. You're kind of just gonna have to hang in there on this one, guys. Whew. Maybe somebody bought this in auction. Here's something. Here's some kind of nomenclature plate. Oh, that's in there. That won't come out of there. Maybe it's a maker's something. I don't know what that is exactly. But it's going to come off because it probably who owns it or who bought it or whatever. Let's see what it says here. Fuel oil, hydraulic filter, plugs, hose, air filter. Oh, it's recent. It was of 02. 225 of 02. Heck, that was hardly yesterday, wasn't it? I think I'd probably be a lot better taking this gas line off of there. And I think I will do that. There's two little screws here that are this size here. And if I take them out, might be easier to get to all this. This is just a little bit different than my other one, a little bit different than the wood splitter motor, but it's the same motor. It's just this setup here is a little different. But once I get this out of the way, I think it'll be a free run on the other. Of course, I might not get these back in. Believe it or not, well, maybe I can just turn it out of the way. I think that would be a better thing to do, guys. Believe it or not, I can't see what I'm doing in there. It is, with this shade and the silhouette and the light in the background, I can't see poop. That's 3/8. That's 3/8. Boy, I tell you what, to change that air filter, it's be quite a bear, wouldn't it? Now I got to get the gas line disconnected. That's that size, and 3/8, or not gas line, oil line. That's bigger than 3/8. It must be 7/16. Yeah. You would think I'd remember what it was because I just did it. I just took it off the other one. But you know, old people. Yep, there it goes. It would sure make me happy to have it the same size. Alright, that's that. Whew. Can't see poop in here, but it's coming undone. It ain't exactly meant for big hands either. Not that I got big hands, but little hands would be easier. And it's one of those tweener bolts. How many people out there know what a tweener bolt is? You know, I can turn this thing now. How about that? Good job. Got it where I can reach it. And sure hope that I get oil pressure. I guess you guys are waiting. Will it have oil pressure or not? I guess is the question. I really don't want to drop that bolt. Normally I put or lock washer or any of that stuff down in there. Look at it. Turn it around and get the other one. It doesn't want to come undone. Will it have oil pressure? You can leave a comment down there. Do you think it'll have oil pressure? I do. Wow. My fingers need to be a little bit smaller. Nope, I can't turn it. It's oh, now maybe that was binding it. Nope. The little clip, the little whatever it is that holds it in turned sideways. And I thought maybe that would do. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? Well, I don't have much in the video department. I got 2 cherry logs on the sawmill. I had somebody call me today. They want me to cut a English walnut log. So if the weather holds out for a little bit longer, I had a great call on Friday, but I missed it, which is Sean up at D&D Sawmill. Man, called me, and he might have that part that I need for the top saw on the sawmill, which that would be really good. All right, that doesn't look all that bad. Well, it looks pretty. Anyway, that's out. Let me go get the other one. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's over here. Look to see if it's the same. It's got a little adapter here. I'm hoping you're seeing me. Yeah, it's got a little adapter. I don't know whether you're seeing this or not. I better re-look. I miss that kind of stuff quite often. Guess it's more, well, we can go down a little bit lower. It's more of a talky video than a see me doing anything video. All right, now this one's got a lot bigger bolts here. I don't know if that's good or bad or whatever. It looks to be oil pressure, engine oil pressure. I think this is original. I don't think this is original, but it's going to be just right. Especially if it works. Well, not only if it works, if it shows pressure. We got a lot going on here. I did call the local Napa. They have the oil filter that is supposed to go on this. Well, I'll take that back. I went down to the wood splitter, same motor. Oh man, this is going to be. I'm going to be picking these up someplace, I know that. Hold on, I can't think and talk at the same time, and I don't do too good at thinking. Had to concentrate. All right, we'll just spin it 180. I got to do that again now. I got lucky, it went on. I cleaned the threads of the gauge amongst all the other stuff. Well, daggone, I got it. Yeah, I got to make sure your oil pressure gauge is on the level, don't you? That looks almost on the level. I don't think these, now see, these are 7/16. I think is what they were. There it is. Not too bad. But a lot of the stuff that I do around here takes a long time, and I guess if I had to fast forward, I was talking to somebody yesterday about teaching me how to do a little bit of YouTube hocus pocus on editing, but didn't pan out. That's snug enough. Those things are all right. Now I got to put that little copper line on the back on. Woo! That ain't gonna be no piece of cake either. That should have gone on, I guess, before I bolted this in place. Gotta pay to be stupid. There, it went on, but the nut slid down the line into a you can't get it spot. Man, maybe I can get it with this wrench. Nah. Oh well, there's always something. I'll be right back. I'm getting a screwdriver. That's one thing about that Kubota. It's got just about everything you need to do just about anything you don't want to do in it. Well, we got that up. Now if I can get it to twist a little bit and start. Feels pretty good. I'm alright with that. Alright, we got that going. I think that's a 7/16, yep. 7/16 is down here. This has to be tight enough to not leak in a hair more. And I think that's there. And I'll put this back into place, which I lost a screw to that. Here it is. I sure hope this thing has oil pressure. I'm gonna be kind of like serious upset. Get this stuff out of here. I don't think I would have got these screws in if it hadn't been for being able to pivot it on that other one. They don't have the plug wires run right on this thing according to the way the other one's running, but I ain't gonna mess with it. They got, looks like new plugs, looks like a new coil. I think somebody went over this thing. Well, they obviously painted it. It might have been sitting in some barnyard and I don't know. I'm alright with it so far. That's snug enough there. That's snug enough there. Well, £40 oil pressure. I'm all right with that, guys. Now, what I'm going to do, that looks a lot better when the oil pressure gauge comes up. That's not the original amp gauge, or it's not. Yeah, you'd never have 30 amps. It probably only goes to 10 on the original, but I'm not going to mess with that. What I got to mess with now is, if you're in there, is I'm going to take this back shield off. It looks like I got. There used to be a snap thing under here. That's gone. Different kind of snap one on this. Those are just 7/16. Now I can get that oil filter out and make sure there's no critters in there. Then I can get the number off the oil filter, and then I'm going to go into Napa on the way down to Jeffrey's. They are open till 5 today, and get me an oil filter. Boy, that doesn't feel good. That might not come off. These are not coming out. That one's coming out all right. They feel like they've been down there for 50 years. Huh. Think that's what it is? They don't feel good at all. They're not stripped or anything though. And I should have a bucket underneath there to take the oil filter off. Maybe I can just get the number. I gotta get the number off that Wix hydraulic filter too. I'm not gonna change the hydraulic fluid just yet. Let it prove itself a little bit, but if I can put the filter on it, I hope that's coming out. Yeah, it seems to loosen up a little bit. It looks like somebody changed these press pins in it. Maybe somebody went over this motor. Haha, there you go. Fleet Guard 3339. So, if it's got the same, I don't need to, I gotta write that down because I'll forget it. Yeah, a little dirty in there, yeah. I'll take that off. Clean it up while it's in here. Look for any other, I don't see anything else particularly bad. The Bendix can use a drop of oil on it. You can't see that. So we're going to call this a wrap, guys. I'm going to go get a filter. 3339. I'll write that down. I'll write those down. This is probably a 51 51 whatever. Well, you're here still. We'll see if we can't get a number off of that. Oh, I don't see one. I'm sure it's just a standard hydraulic filter. Yeah, you ain't getting no numbers off of that. I would imagine that's a standard hydraulic filter. Well, maybe we got a number under here. Oh shit! It just polished it off. It had. I was using carburetor cleaner, but it was pretty well saturated with hydraulic oil. Well, I think I just put a standard hydraulic filter on it. They're pretty much standard. Anyhow, thanks for coming along. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to be putting it back together this afternoon, playing with it. So we'll see you later now. Bye-bye.